I still believe that Moonbeam's utility token called GLMR is amazing. That's not changing. And I still believe that GLMR during this bull run could hypothetically go to the price of $20. Now, of course, that's definitely not a guarantee. Also, that's definitely not financial advice. But even besides that, why do I think so? It's because when it comes to Moonbeam, I think it's arguably speaking one of the most special projects out there. And let me show you what I'm talking about, because after all, Moonbeam is a Polkadot parachain, and it enables full Ethereum compatibility within a Polkadot parachain environment. Now, when I say that, some people may think, oh man, that's overly complicated. What is this even all about? Now, basically, to put it in simple terms, Moonbeam offers the power of Polkadot while at the same time maintaining the ease of use of Ethereum. And I think this right here is massive because Ethereum, despite its drawbacks, in my opinion, like the sky-high gas fees and scalability issues, which I'm not a big fan of, even despite that, it can't be denied that people often say that Ethereum has amazing ease of use, and also on top of that, very popular, a lot of fans, a lot of hype. Also, the Ethereum ETF is massive, so when it comes to Ethereum, I don't think it's going to stop anytime soon. So I think this right here is very amazing. Now, you may be wondering, okay, why does offering the power of Polkadot even benefit, something like this, right? Why is it even so amazing? Now, here's the thing. Polkadot aims to connect blockchains together. It's focused on interoperability because a lot of blockchains nowadays, they can't freely send data and value to each other. So again, Polkadot is looking to solve that. So when you really think about it, Moonbeam, right? It's actually very special at the end of the day. Again, when it's, offering the power of Polkadot while at the same time maintaining the ease of use of Ethereum, I think that right there is game, set, match. However, it doesn't end there because if you take a look at Moonbeam, it's been noted that along with its companion network called Moonriver, together they have over 100 projects, integrations, and collaborations so far. So yeah, that's very impressive. And in case anyone is wondering, okay, what's Moonriver and why did I just call it its companion network? Here's the thing. Moonriver is basically a canary network to Moonbeam. And what this quite essentially means is that it's somewhat a testing ground for Moonbeam because new code, it will usually ship over to Moonriver first. And then after it's been tested and verified under real economic conditions, it will then be usually shipped over to Moonbeam. However, it should be noted that, it doesn't have to do that, right? Quite essentially, we see amazing things on Moonriver like Darwinia Crab, Sakura Finance, So yeah, it's not like, it has to eventually move on to Moonbeam, but I think you get my point, right? Moonriver, again, it's basically like a testing ground for Moonbeam. And I think this right here is fantastic because the way I view this, in terms of an analogy is that Moonriver is like a free trial at a gym. People test it out. If they like it, then they move on to the gym membership, which is Moonbeam. So I really like that. And I think this right here does really attract, more amazing things to happen on Moonbeam. So yeah, I think this is just overall very fantastic. But it should be noted that, again, Moonriver is a canary network to Moonbeam. And again, Moonbeam is quite essentially on Polkadot. But then when it comes to Moonriver, it's on Kusama, which is a canary network to Polkadot. So yeah, I think you get the connection there, right? Kind of similar in a sense. Again, Moonriver and Kusama, it's like the Robin. Polkadot and Moonbeam, it's kind of like the Batman, if that makes sense. Of course, every superhero, or should I say some superheroes at least, right? They need a sidekick. So yeah, I think this right here is very fantastic, in my opinion. And something that really gets me excited when it comes to Moonbeam is the projects on its ecosystem, because we'll find, NFT and DeFi projects, which I think could be so bullish for its future. Now, granted, when I say this, a lot of people may be like cringing, right? They're like, oh, NFTs, oh, carajo, boha. DeFi, oh man, didn't the hype, disappear? No, I disagree because even though 2021 was an amazing year for NFTs, for DeFi projects just in general, even despite that, I think better days are ahead because you take a look at both the NFT and DeFi market, according to Grandview Research, by 2030, each individually is predicted to be worth over $200 billion. Again, its market size. And it's not like 2030 is even that far away. I mean, we're so close to 2025. Can you believe that? So it's just like 5 years away. It's kind of insane. So I think when it comes to the hype, it's going to come back in again and again, combine, right? Both of the market valuation by 2030. Again, both NFT and DeFi, over $400 billion. Again, when combined, both of their valuations. That's kind of insane. That's bigger than some countries' GDP. I think that's absolutely ridiculous. So I think naturally, as the NFT and DeFi market does continue to prosper, I think it's only fair to assume the projects that are focused on them, they're going to go along with the ride, much like the ones that are on Moonbeam. So yeah, when people like to say that Moonbeam is trash, all this type of stuff, I think sometimes they haven't taken a look at just how special it is. They don't take a look at the use case. They don't take a look at the ecosystem. They don't take a look at its companion network called Moonriver. They just don't really understand this, right? Some cases. And then they straight up say that, oh, wow, it's trash, it's caca, all this type of stuff. But then, no, I disagree. Fundamentally, it's very amazing. And you got to think about how when it comes to Glimmer at the price of $20, that right there is over a 120x from here. The way you take a look at Glimmer is that, the upside, or should I say the potential hypothetical upside, reminds me of a meme coin. Because, again, going to the price of $2, that's still over a 120x from here again. That's kind of insane. That's like meme coin level type of stuff, if you know what I mean. But also on top of that, the project is actually good. It's fundamentally amazing. So it's so rare I see something like this. That's just the way I view it. An amazing project with meme coin type of level potential, hypothetically. I mean, this right here is such a no-brainer pick for me. Again, Glimmer at the price of $20, it's not like it's crazy at all. At that point, considering current circulating supply, market cap would be around $18 billion. That's over 50% less than Shiba Inu's all-time high market cap. You take a look at Dogecoin at one point reached over $80 billion in market cap. So yeah, this is like really peanuts in the grand scheme of things. At least that's just the way I view it. And it's not like this boron's going to be caca or something like that, because there's currently over 600 million crypto owners. That's more than ever before in history. That's, again, over 500 million crypto owners, according to Crypto.com research. This is practically double the amount that we saw during the peak of the 2021 bull run. Could you imagine that? And yet still, even despite that, the bull run that year was already amazing. So imagine this time around, the FOMO, the buying pressure, the buying volume. It could look so insane. Also on top of that, you take a look at the Ethereum ETF, the Bitcoin ETF, the number of institutional investors, the amount of enterprise adoption. I think really the sky's the limit during this bull run. I mean, I can't wait. It could be so exciting. But of course, it's going to take some time though. And I think that as Bitcoin reaches $150,000, let's say, could you imagine what happens to the altcoin season then? I think something like Glimmer at that point could join that ride and, hypothetically go to the price of $20. Now, again, it's not going to happen like today or something like that, because typically altcoins, as a worst case scenario, they've been known to peak around 18 months after a Bitcoin halving event. So basically around a year and a half. Now, the last Bitcoin halving event happened back in April. So basing it off that date, 18 months would be October of next year. So again, that's just a year from right now, basically, which is kind of insane to think about. It's actually not that far longer, hypothetically. Now, again, only time will tell. And could altcoins peak sooner? Yes, this is only based off of history after all. History doesn't always repeat itself. However, it does tend to rhyme. But even despite that, no matter the time frame, I'm sticking with my strategy. It's dollar cost averaging. So anytime an income, I'm acquiring, I'm holding, and I'm just waiting. That's it. It's so simple. It literally doesn't require any technical knowledge. That's just the way I view it. Because anytime an income, again, I'm just acquiring, holding, and just waiting. That requires no skill, if you really think about it. Some people want to day trade, swing trade, use leverage. Now that right there actually requires some skill. But personally for me, I've seen a lot of people who've tried for years and they don't even get it right. So why even dabble with that? I'm not going to do that. Now, no one has to follow what I do. This is not financial advice, but personally, I just like to keep it simple. Just acquiring, holding, and just waiting. That's it. And around a year from right now, I think things could look so different when it comes to altcoins, Bitcoin, Glimmer. Man, it could be so special. I really can't wait. All I got to do again is just stay patient, because that's within my control. If I start focusing on things that are beyond my control, then I could drive myself crazy. So I don't want to do that. Again, dollar cost averaging and Glimmer at the price of $20 during this bull run wouldn't surprise me whatsoever, especially when I consider just how special Moonbeam is as a project. And also when I combine that with the bull run potentially being that amazing, I think the sky's the limit. And again, it's a no-brainer pick for me. And make sure to subscribe if you gain value from this video. I greatly appreciate it. It's Willie the Captain, and I'll catch y'all on the next one. I'm out. Peace. Bye.